If you see this fool in a movie, his girl about to get took. That is an astute observation and 100% true. Hey everyone, I'm James Marsden, and Esquire has asked me to explain some things about my life and my career, whether you want to hear it or not. Here we go. Let's dive in. All right, here we go. James Marsden can't catch a break. The first thing that comes to mind here is there's one more that we're missing, and it's when I speak to a chipmunk in Enchanted. So the way I view this is I got the head start on social distancing with my castmates, carved out a little niche in my career, and that's talking to animated creatures. So I think I'm lucky to be the guy that does this. This is my school photo from my sophomore year of high school. Clearly, I haven't grown into my ears yet, but I grew into my mullet. That was Oklahoma. Sorry, guys, 1989. That's what it looked like. So what you don't know about that photo is that I'm actually standing 3 feet behind the collar. That's why the collar looks bigger than it is. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I looked pretty cool, clearly, with the smug smirk on my face. 14 actors you didn't know modeled. True, I did do modeling, but there's a common misconception about how I started. I didn't start as a model. Well, not entirely true. I was modeling for JCPenney in the Sunday newspaper of the Daily Oklahoman. That was the extent of my modeling career. I then started working as an actor when I moved to LA, and it wasn't until I did a show called Second Noah that Bruce Weber asked to photograph me for Versace. Okay, so this is my very first job as a series regular on a TV series back in 1994 called Boogie's Diner with Jim J. Bullock. We shot it in Toronto, Canada, and it was basically a ripoff of Saved by the Bell. And I was the hunky guy with the Mandarin collar, and I was being seduced by my boss. Probably should throw that thing away, that clip. James Marsden is the unluckiest man ever. He loses his woman in X-Men, Enchanted, Superman, and The Notebook, only to find his soulmate in Westworld, where he's doomed to never live happily ever after with her. I mean, I'm not convinced that she's even my girl in Westworld. Isn't she William's girl? I guess my theory on this is if I ever get the girl, my career's gonna be over. So keep bringing the triangles to me. That's all I know how to do.
Giselle!
Edward!
I know the scene. This is when I finally reached Giselle, and I have my solo that I'm going to serenade her with, and it's all going to be romantic, and hearts are flying out of everyone's eyes. That was probably the most fun I've had with a role in my career. Maybe Hairspray and maybe Death at a Funeral, where I basically was high at a funeral for the entire movie, acting high. But Enchanted was an amazing project. I'm James Marsden, and I don't age, because Satan is real and we are friends. And that's very nice, but I don't know Satan. On the Zoom thing, what is it, to touch up my appearance? Put that in my contract before I start jobs now, so that's why I look like I don't age.
Which one of you is Larry Underwood?
How do you know who I am?
How do you think?
Mother Abigail?
All I know is that we dreamed of her and she was real.
Stephen King's The Stand, which I've always viewed as one of his masterpieces, bringing it to the screen. And I'm playing Stu Redman. And Stu is a ordinary guy from small town Texas who's thrust in the middle of this apocalyptic crisis. Virus escapes and wipes out 99% of the population, and for some reason he's immune to it. This small town Texas guy just trying to do the right thing and provides a good calming voice of diplomacy to all the people in Boulder. Thank you all for watching. I hope I've given you a little more insight into why I'm so famous. It's the collar and the hairstyles. You're welcome. I hope you guys enjoy The Stand. Talk to you soon.